What did I do this week? Are you recording already?
Yeah.
Today I have a script in this beautiful...
Oh, it's so cute.
This week I actually wrote down what I've been doing, but I can barely understand. Renders, finals. We have 50% of the movie final, a bit more.
More.
Wait. I'm making pink, of course. What is final? There's some things that are final but not final. And these are previews. So basically, the whole movie is previewed. The whole movie is just only missing one part here that I'm not going to show you. And another part at the end. But everything is previewed. We are missing like 2-3 shots out of 36 shots. Did I fix highlights? I added custom properties to the color size. You know, I need to do something in color size every week. I've been rendering a flying sequence. Yes, there is a sequence. We don't have birds. Penguins are birds, but... Focus.
Am I supposed to say something
the
about the fact?
Just a realization.
Jeez, editing this will be a nightmare.
Whoa.
So there were some flying shots, there were some in the cave that needed some detail. The ending, there was some falling, dropping, flying, bouncing, jumping, swimming. And next week, a bit of everything else. Why you keep recording?
Hi, so this week I've been animating the sequence of the air. I cannot show too much because it would be a huge spoiler, but basically everything that happens in the air with Koro and Oti flying. So yeah, and it's also my last weekly. We're a bit sad, but yeah, that was pretty much my week. So.
Hey, I didn't see you there. So, this week, on Monday, we cut down the layout. I was working a little bit on that, sorry about that. So, there was a scene in which we saw the penguin's family, and it used to be 8 shots, and we cut it down to only 2 shots. So, I had to adjust that a little bit and make sure that it was still functional for the story. Besides that, I started working on a really tedious shot with a lot of body mechanics and acting in it. And I just finished it like 5 minutes ago, so happy times. A little bit behind schedule because of that, but I'm going to pick up the pace this weekend.
And acting.
Oh my god. So what did I do this week? This week was quite rushed because we, how do you call it when you work ahead of time? Like
You're awesome.
We rushed forward to make the ending actually ready to render before the animation is going to happen. So next week we don't run into stress and we can focus on getting render errors fixed and that kind of stuff. That was my main task this week, to get an entire environment ready for the last sequence of the movie, which is sort of a cliffy setting. Sounds kind of familiar, but. It's sad, but it's not really that sad. It's tragic, but it's not. Anyway, so my work involved making the environment, the cliff, the snow on the cliff, the rocks, and the lighthouse for it, a sad little lighthouse that you can see in the background, and finding an environment that works for that, getting the lighting sorted out, importing the characters, and then making the layout for that. Anything else? I've been doing lots of little fixes all over the place. So we finally managed to replace all the shots with the Christmas train. So now it's an ordinary train in the whole movie. We're very sad about that, but we can't help it. Christmas is over. Until next year. And then we just had some small fixes, re-renders of eye highlights popping, and motion blur errors, frames rendering for 48 hours. Re-rendering done in vector motion blur. Lots of fixes, I can't count all of them. Anyway, that was my week.
Wanna do the...
Yeah. Bless.
Bye.
Bye.
Before saying goodbye, subscribe for getting the latest... the next week is the last weekly. Or not, or is it? Maybe we can make another one like as a wrap up, yeah, because otherwise it would be too sad. If you haven't listened to the podcast, to the Blended Native podcast, you can go to SoundCloud, because we talk about Caminandes there too. Besides talking this week, we talk all sorts of things, Blender Cloud stuff like Blendrig, even women in animation, that I call a bit controversial, but it's fun. We all here in the team are together talking there, so make sure you listen to that, subscribe for the latest weekly, and see you next week.
Hjalti is wiping the floor.
You startled me, didn't you?
Okay.